Da-da-da, play spot. Hey, I'm Kamurai, and it's been a busy week. I kind of been feeling ill, so I didn't get a lot done Saturday, but we did get some gaming in Friday and Sunday, and I'll talk a little bit of what I have been doing Saturday. It's more video game wise, anyways. Okay, first off, Tabletop came out, I think, on Wednesday from Geek and Sundry, and I gotta say, there seems to be a nominal amount of story and bluffing games from them, and they're actors, great, that's what they do. Yeah, it's just not my bag, so I'm finding myself less and less interested in Geek and Sundry. I'm really hoping they bring it around to something good. But let's move on to what I've been doing, because that's what this is for. Friday, I found out a friend of mine had a game called Monsters Miss America. It looked really interesting, reminds me a lot of, just looking at it, reminds me a lot of King of New York. It was like, oh, it's not just King of New York, it's King of America. You take big monsters or kaiju or whatever, and you battle across America. The scale, now that I really got to think about it, really is off. But my kaiju game that I would want to play is somewhere between King of New York and Monsters Miss America. And Monsters Miss America is not a bad game per se. Damn, does it have a lot of weird flaws, and it doesn't mean that it's unplayable. It just means that, like, I didn't really have a whole lot of fun given what I thought it could have been. And some of it's just silly, and some of it's like whatever, because there's the pregame, which is you stopping across America. It's you fighting military guys, and like everyone controls a military faction too, so that's how you attack other players, is through the humans, which seems silly, honestly. And then once you get you're at all of foot stomp tiles, then you can become the challenger unless someone steals it from you. And then you can go to a challenge space and challenge the nearest monster, which, why wouldn't I just walk over to him and punch him in the face? So there's issues there. It's a game I would love to fix if I ever had the chance, but I've got too many other things to do. So like, I didn't really have a whole lot of fun with that, so I ended up going from that into XCOM, and I didn't really want to play XCOM in the first place, the board game, because I love the video game. What was I going to say? Yeah, sorry, making a note here. I love the video game. I don't think that it should have been made into a board game, because all the stuff that is complicated that makes it fun is handled by the computer in the real game, and that's the way it should be. And bringing a game that complex out into an analog is a difficult stretch for me. This is definitely a different game, but I don't like the game that it is. I definitely don't like the idea that you have to have the iPad for it. I like the digital rulebook, but I don't like the implementation of the iPad. And what I don't like about the digital rulebook is that they have a rulebook and then they have an FAQ section. No, you take the FAQ section and you incorporate it into a new version of the living rulebook, or the digital rulebook, whatever you want to call it. What did I say? Wow, totally lost my train of thought. So XCOM, you should be losing a lot. We're getting way too many positives. And granted, we're not playing exactly right because we're still new to it. We keep forgetting things and missing things and whatnot. But apparently they played, one group played it last week, and then this week we played it on Friday. Brandon's been tweaking it on his own a little bit and reading the rules and studying it, because that's what you do when you're a good GM. And then they played a game today as well that I wasn't part of, but I peeked in to see what was going on, and they apparently won that one. We barely lost the other one. And I think the idea of the timer being there, I don't like that being the difficulty, because even on easy, the difficulty's ramped up pretty hard, but the fact that you could pause and take your time in between things is what lets you get by it. And then you still may not win, but there's other difficulties other than easy and not easy. So I'll look forward to that. And while we were doing that, they were playing Dead of Winter, and I keep paying attention because this game got so much traction on the online communities that, like, I've got to see what it's about. It's a survival horror community, semi-cooperative, whatever you want to call it. But it feels like it has, because it's been compared to Betrayal of House on Haunted Hill. It feels like it has all the role play and story nonsense from that I wasn't a big fan of. And it took out all the tactical stuff that I was a fan of. Okay, I'm going to have a cat thrown up on my desk. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. As long as you die right here, we'll be fine. And I think we wrapped up the night with Risk Legacy. That wasn't all that happened then. We got some stuff in beforehand, me and a buddy Matt. So we did play Among the Stars. I was so happy to play Among the Stars. It's not the full kicked out version that I want because everybody seems to have issues with that version. So I simplified it. I kept experimental reactors in because they're fun. But we took out ambassadors, we took out conflicts, and we did the 2-player version, which is the 4-player version, but every time you select one, you burn one as well. And I kind of like that. I think that's a great way to do the 2-player version because then you design it for 4 and you don't have to modify it for 2, which is interesting. Cat nonsense all over my face, what it feels like. You may have to go somewhere else for a minute. Wow. So we played Among the Stars. I think we played a little bit of Mage Wars. I could be wrong. We did not play 5 Tribes this weekend like we meant to. I apologize. I normally take some time to do these notes out ahead of time, but I forgot we had all that pregame time, and I'm trying to remember what we did with it. Because I sold off Netrunner. I didn't put that in my notes either because I was looking at that, and then our Calio store owner said she actually learned how to play it, but she didn't have a copy. So I was complaining enough times that she actually gave me store credit for it, for what I paid for it too, which was really big of her. So that was nice. So that's going to go towards Forgotten King when it comes out next week or so. We were looking at Totally Insane card game. We were looking at the rules for that. What else did we actually play? Splendor. We played some Splendor. That's right. We played 1-on-1 for that, which is different. I like the 4-player version most because you have the most nobles out, you have all the coins out. I think that's really what it's designed for. And when you go to 2 or 3, it's a little weaker. But we did get Alex to play Splendor today as well, which we've been looking forward to because he's the economic king. When it comes down to it, Matt has a lot of forward-thinking power. I swear it's just when I get on camera that it's like this, and I'm going to kill cats left and right. So that was fun, at least. Let's see. Yeah, so we finished off Friday with Risk Legacy. I think Ken ended up winning that one. It was ridiculous because there's only 3 of us, and with all the board, Brandon ended up winning that one. Yeah, it was his first win. So, like, I was hoping we could get that other achievement out because we could take over enough board to get enough things out. But everyone plays so damn aggressively, and they forget there's a campaign and packs involved, and I think we're going to end up ending the campaign before we can get that last pack out, and we're just going to have to keep playing to see what happens. Because I think we're going to end up opening the Do Not Open pack next game because, damn it, we're going to play with it. And I'm mad that we don't have that second faction opened up. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So that Friday. Saturday, I was so lazy. I didn't do much. I didn't even play much. I did do FTL, and I bought Divinity Original Sin. Ooh, excuse me. And I did the character creation. I spent like an hour playing with that. Because you can customize everything, and it's really weird. But I've been trying to finish out getting all the ships for FTL and unlock all the achievements, and I've been doing so with it, honestly. I think I finished out the Mantis on Saturday, but I'm struggling with getting one of the Zoltan ones and trying to figure out how to get the Mantis ones, because if the 30 Nebula don't show up, they don't show up, and I don't know what to do with that. But the other two were a little tricky. I got the first one by teleporting to slugs on the like a rebel ship. So that was fun. Let's see. So Sunday, Descent version 2. That was what we started out the day with. My biggest problem with it is that it's not Super Dungeon Explorer. Anything that involves someone playing the bad guys versus all the heroes, I just wanted it to be Super Dungeon Explorer. I love that game too much. It's ruining other games for me. But I recognize they're good games. It's still a good game. And then our healer kind of fucked us because he ran off. So he essentially skipped his first turn and a half, if not for his first 2 turns. If we'd all ran with him, maybe that would have been good. We could have stopped the goblins from grabbing the crops or whatever the fuck it was. But we had all these sorcerers. We were like, we're going to deal with these. And maybe that was our fault because we didn't realize we needed to move past the sorcerers. Because if we ran past them, they would have all blasted us in the ass, I would have thought. We would have lost some people, but maybe that's where the healer picks them up and we move on. Especially because the other sorcerers kept showing up because they were late for the clan meeting. It's horrible. I didn't have a lot of fun with it, and I partly blame our healer. And I partly blame the game. I partly blame me because I'm not as open to it as maybe I should be. Definitely wasn't Ken's fault, and it definitely wasn't the game's fault itself. I'd say it's outside of factors. And I'd probably play it again, but I just want Super Dungeon Explorer all day, every day. And maybe that's what I need to do, is just like every Sunday or something, like there's a set game of Super Dungeon Explorer that's going to happen. That's going to happen. So we got Alex Play Splendor. We got another game of Risk's Legacy. We got our friend Kinley to sit in on it, and she actually likes traditional Risk, which was a bad sign. Because this is not traditional Risk. It's a better version of Risk, we all think, except for her. And Ken was an asshole and got a first turn kill or win. So he's up to like 4 natural missiles. No one's... I don't know. Maybe I just need to try to compensate for the fact that no one's going to play strategically enough when they pick stuff. Or they place or whatever. I don't know. And the problem is, too, that we usually have at least one new person that you're not really supposed to do that. But whatever. If Matt had played, maybe we would have stopped Ken a little better. So after a horrible games day of all that, I wanted to squeeze in a super quick version of Super Dungeon Explorer, so I figured if like 2 people played, it wouldn't be such a big deal. And it really wouldn't have been, because we played 3 and they got through the first 2 spawn points, which would have spawned the boss if we had played 2 heroes. They wouldn't have had a hero to do some of the damage, so maybe not. But the fucking heroes take so goddamn long on their turns that we can't ever fucking get through the game. And I'm just like, go. And they literally spent about 5 minutes trying to decide like a piece of equipment. Like I left and came back is what it felt like. Maybe I just zoned out. I don't know. But like it just actually got into this little yelling match with her because fucking the store was closing. It's like we got to hurry up and get this done with. And we got through most of it. But like that was, at this point, we finished probably about half our games. So I think if we're going to do it, it needs to be done at the beginning, and we need to just prioritize it to make sure that we're getting one in, because I'm not the only one who wants to play it now. Brandon's actually a big fan. There are other people that would be fans if we could play it correctly, but everybody has this huge thing about winning, which is why I want someone else to play the bad guy so I can play a hero and fucking lose and still have a good time. Because if people are not hung up on winning, oh God, I'd rather be the one that loses. That way we can all have a good time. And then when they try to gloat in me having a bad time, it just doesn't work, and I hope it ruins their affinity for winning like that. Because that shouldn't be the point of playing a game. The point of playing a game should be the experience of the game itself. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think it's like that. I do get when we like fucking have horrible things and we lose, it is kind of demoralizing. Sometimes Risk Legacy can be that way, but it's usually just when I get like my ass handed to me over and over, or we have first turn wins. But like it's usually like when we play as a team and lose that team. Those are usually what they are. But I don't have that with Super Ninja Explorer. I don't know what my problem is. But I did try some new video game stuff tonight, which was fun. We went through the hell of trying to get XCOM, Enemy Unknown, Enemy/Enemy Within to work multiplayer, and we got a one-off match, which is also on this channel somewhere. So that was a lot of fun to do. Maybe we didn't build quite even teams. He had like a couple beefed out guys. I had mine spread out because I really just took 3 assaults, 3 snipers, and had them all be the same equipment. I really wish you could customize your squads a little bit more, and I wish there were some better options on those menus, because it's just, I really wish I could just take my squad that I've been using and bring it over to play. That would be a lot more fun. And then I play a little bit more Divinity Original Sin, like an actual dungeon, which should also be on this channel. I twitched it. That's what I need to put on here. I need to put my Twitch on here. Rah! All right. That's it for me rambling about games and stuff and whatnot. Super excited about Forgotten King coming up next week. I have been considering things to add to my immediate playlist, and I wasn't planning on having Divinity Original Sin. They just had such a ridiculous sale this weekend that like I was like, I'm going to jump on it because I have friends that play it. So ideally, I'd be able to play with them at some point. So Divinity Original Sin is going to rotate in. Dragon Age Inquisition is still on the books. I want to get Journey out of the way so I can be done with the PS3. That way I can hook up the Wii and start doing Dokapon Kingdom again, and that one's going to take a while. And then I've got Darkened Sky on here that's eyeballing me every time I get on here. And maybe I'll do a FTL or 2 at some point because it's really fun, but it's one of those games I like to relax and just not pay attention to a stream or whatever and get it done with. But I think that's going to be it for me tonight. I am Kamurai, and that's game over.